All right, after being bitten by a radioactive bird, somewhat mannered, Tuthill feels compelled to become Kinneas the Skydude. Hey, welcome back. It's Friday night, and I just couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. And so I thought I'd get up and put in a little bit more time, doing some overtime, and I'm currently headed back to Colorado Springs. I've got Steve at the controls right now. I'm getting ready to take back over from him. Well, turn it over to the autopilot anyway. Quite the day. I'll tell you all about it in a minute. All right, 51 minutes after the hour. Kinneas here. Yep, couldn't sleep. And kind of passed out after dinner. I'm starting to get old. To that point where, like, after dinner, you just hunk out. So I woke up almost sad. I just missed a whole bunch of live streaming hours. I could have been doing overtime. Oh well, we're here. So today was a pretty amazing day. We finally got over $1 million. I mean, we had it earlier, and if we would have just kept going, we would have had $1 million a long time ago. But expenditures and buying new planes and da 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 da. Either way, as you can see up here in the corner, even with after today, we had to make repairs today, set us back a little bit. We're still over $1 million, a little bit. And I have these three guys working. And Ghost Rider was out today. I don't know what was wrong with him. He just wouldn't recover. Just sick as a dog. So we had to hire a secondary pilot, Goose. We hired Goose today. Goose took over for Ghost Rider. He seems to be back in good health. Berlin, although he's didn't rest when he had the opportunity. He's kind of down and out a little bit. But at least Ghost Rider's back. I thought he was dead or something. He just would not recover. I'm not sure what was really up with that. Anyway, this afternoon, we made our way all the way out to places we had never been before in Kansas, or out towards the Colorado-Kansas border. And luckily, at this last airport I was at, I got a job that takes us all the way back to Colorado Springs. So that's nice. This was going to be a little bit of a jaunt, but thankfully, now we have music, road trip music, supplied by Pretzel. It's owned by Sound Target now, and they provide YouTube safe music for live streaming. Isn't that amazing? Where have they been like my whole life? So at least somebody's out there doing it. And this is day 2 of doing it, and the live streams that we've done so far. Haven't really had any problem with the YouTube AI. One thing popped up saying somebody's made a copyright claim, but then no information came up on who said it, and it's like, no, this is not a copyright strike. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Whatever. So, Pretzel says that they do their absolute best to make sure that everything that they claim is YouTube safe, but it's an imperfect world. And if something should go wrong, they have, procedures in place, how to work with them, file your dispute and get it taken care of, get the tracks taken care of or whatever. So it seemed like worth the risk to take, because having music to play on these especially these long stretches, and they're just going to get longer as we start working back up towards bigger planes and eventually airliners. I would love to be back in the A320, but that's millions and millions of dollars away. But eventually we're going to be doing longer and longer and longer. So the necessity of having music is just a must. All right, I will see you in about 15 minutes after the hour, or around 20 minutes after the hour for the smoke break. I'm calling this YouTube TV. You are watching Kinneas the Skydude on YouTube TV. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. I need the help.
careful you don't trip on your clothes strewn the floor. Money's on the dresser, there's the door. Loved you all the time, but you wanted more. And I don't wanna feel no more. My brain's all bent and sore.
14 minutes after the hour, you're watching Kinneas the Skydude on YouTube TV.
In the snow, we're driving. The heat is on your legs. The gifts we're wrapping all the way there. We know there'll be laughter
Man, such great music on this this pretzel app that I'm working on. Hey, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kinneas here, the Skydude, or, you know, becoming a Skydude. This whole series is the origin of Kinneas, the Skydude. It's 20 minutes after the hour, and you know what that means. It's time for the smoke break. This smoke break brought to you by the great green Felicium growers of the Orion sector block. In the future. Yeah. So, Smokey, if you got him, I'm in Colorado. So, yeah, for whatever that's worth. And wow, what an amazingly strange day today was, right? I mean, it's just gonna get stranger, I think, as the days go by. I don't really want to get into too much of it. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Yeah, you do. Absolutely. Today's a weird day for the country, for the world, you know. So who knows what's gonna happen? It's just it's pretty insane out there, though. Yeah. So today we're our first over $1 million day. We did it. Today was the day to try to reach it, and even after we paid everything out, we're a little under, and we recovered, and now we're none of us can sleep, me or any of the guys here. Berlin, Ghost Rider, and Mavic. Ghost Rider was actually out today with he was down with the sickness. I think that's what it was. He dropped down to 0 health, and he just wouldn't recover. Just sitting there watching him for at least 1 hour, and he wouldn't recover. He wouldn't raise up past 7%. And so we just pulled him, and we hired Goose today. So Goose replaced Ghost Rider and helped get us over $1 million. By the way, none of us can sleep tonight. We're still working for the weekend and doing pretty well. I kept taking trips that to different airports today, and it took us almost, I believe we were in Kansas at one point, and now we're just slowly making our way back to Colorado Springs. So let's see what yeah, so a ways to go, but it's with the music now, it's just so much nicer. It's so much more nice. Nobody's jumped into the chat to answer the trivia question. I had an 80s channel on a minute ago playing some like 80s inspired music. Didn't really sound 80s to me, though. I mean, it was all right, but I was hoping they were gonna try to like reproduce some 80s sounding music with lyrics, you know, but it was just mostly instrumental. But anyway, I've got a trivia question up there for you 80s people, 70s and 80s people, really, and wanted to see if anybody would jump in the chat for 1,000 points of no prize to answer the question. What color were Rocky's shorts in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? And if you've seen it like a million times, yeah, that's an easy one, right? Trying to come up with another one. Just I haven't seen it in a long time. In the 80s, when I was a teenager, it was VHS was still pretty much brand new, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show was still going strong at playing in movie theaters for the midnight movie on the weekend. So that was the attraction, to go to the movie theater on the weekends and hang out with all the crazies and do the Rocky Horror Picture Show thing. And it was a hoot for a long time. Never did make it to New York to see it for my 100th time. That was always the thing we talked about. Well, on our 100th time seeing it, we're going to go to New York and do it right. You know, never did get that off the bucket list. So I doubt I will now. I mean, it's not a big deal now. When you're young, it's ooh, it's seems like a hip thing to do. All right, so enjoy your smoke break, and I will see you a little after the bottom of the hour, or around the 45-minute mark or so. All right, well, let's get back to it. We are listening to the alternative station at the moment in the Pretzel app. If you need, I'm not getting paid for this, but if you need YouTube safe or Twitch safe streaming music for your gaming or whatever activities, this is perfect doing Flight Simulator because it's just so boring. All right, so if you need it, look for it's Pretzel, but you might find it under Pretzel Music or Pretzel Rocks. And a little bit confusing to set up a little bit. I didn't realize it linked into Twitch, but you know, you'll get through it. I got through it. If you're watching something like this, yeah, you're smart enough to figure it out. I didn't think I was for a minute. A derpa. And then you can add, you know, the album art and the tracks, and I think there's even other stuff you can add if it's paused, you know. So it's pretty darn cool. All right, I will see you on the next break. And you're watching Kinneas and listening to Kinneas. I'm going to claim it's my radio station now. You're watching and listening to Kinneas on YouTube TV. Well, that was a short one.
There's a spark in my heart and it wants me to see the kind of person that is hard to be. There's a spark in my heart and it wants me to see the kind of person that is hard to be.
Well, let's pause right there for a minute. Watching Kinneas the Skydude on YouTube TV. Graham Cracker just jumped into the chat room and he says, "This is scare. My cat is sad." Is it the plane? Is it the live stream is scaring your cat? Is it the music that's scaring your cat? I'm a cat person. We're cat people here. As a matter of fact, we have 5 We have 5 cats. We had 6, but one finally passed of old age. She was almost 19 years old. Yeah. She was kind of mean, you know what I mean? She had one of those mean tempers and just angry at the world, I guess. And I think that's what kept her alive so long. She just wouldn't quit no matter what. You think, oh, she's done for. Nope. Just her sheer will and anger kept her alive for a long, long time. Bless her. Anyway, yeah, our house has always been like cat central, and all the strays come here to feel safe and end up having their kids here, and then we can't get rid of them, and we feel bad about taking all of them to the Humane Society, and then we end up keeping a couple, and we've just always had cats, you know. So yeah, so I'm sorry your cat is sad and scared or whatever. Hopefully it's just not my voice. You know, my other cats, they don't mind my voice, at least. Well, they don't tell me to my face, anything like that. Anyway, we're making our way back to Colorado Springs. The latest trivia question I have posted up there: what Star Trek Voyager actor was in the 80s film Night of the Comet? Earlier I was kind of in like an 80s frame of mind, so I was thinking about 80s trivia, something somebody a little bit older like myself might remember. Do you remember that movie, Night of the Comet? It was cheesy. It was 80s, you know. It was entertaining because we didn't know any better. But yeah, I mean, we look back at a lot of these 80s films, they just, we were so easily amused back then. Anyway, we're slowly making our way, chugging back to Colorado Springs, about halfway now. A little more than halfway. Doing pretty good. Our ETA is 40 minutes. But thank goodness we have all of this this music to keep us occupied. And again, I hope it's not the cat, Graham Cracker. I mean, I hope it's not the music, and I hope it's not my voice, and I hope it's not the live stream. But if you could clarify what is scaring your precious dear cat, I'd like to know. Tube Top, Raphael Michael Allen. "49 minutes after the hour, you're watching Kinneas on YouTube TV, making my way, trying to become a Skydude, the Skydude. There's so many Skydudes out there, but I feel compelled, nay, possessed, to become a Skydude myself. So what this is what you're watching is Microsoft Flight Simulator using the Neofly4 career add-on thing, in where you start a career and start picking jobs. This is me here. That doesn't really look like me. It's just I wanted to find somebody. Well, maybe if I was like really clean shaven and what, you know, way more nerdy. Everybody else kind of looked insane. And you start, you get a plane and you start picking jobs and you start flying back and forth. to deliver passengers or product or whatever, and you start working your way up the ranks. Okay. I have 9,261 experience after what, 22 days, 20 days. Sometimes I've done overtime, 2 a day. I've reached the first officer rank. I'm still only Class A qualified, whatever that means. And I have 75 hours, and I'm nowhere yet. I'm still in the chump change phase of this career mode add-on, and there's 75 hours right there. Good. Oh, they're talking. The good thing is it all seems to I'm waiting to see if the air traffic control's done talking. It all seems to, you know, still add up on your pilot profile in the simulator, so any hours are good hours. And we now have music, thankfully, powered by Pretzel and YouTube safe music, YouTube and Twitch safe live streaming music. It's called Pretzel, or type in Pretzel music or Pretzel rocks, and or Sound Trader. I think they were recently acquired by Sound Trader. Either way, so far so good. No problems with YouTube yet, and it's definitely made yesterday and today the best days of doing this, because 75 hours of flying, just, it gets so tedious. And you know, when I'm doing a live stream like this the last 2 weeks, basically this is what it was like. Okay, so I had the engine sound up a little bit more, but a little more engine sound. This is what we were getting. This is all I was able to really provide for you entertainment wise. Wow, I can switch views. I can go you know, back into my cockpit view. Wow, check that out. I can you know, go back to my seat. That's interesting. That's good. Or, you know, go back out and or give you that view so we can see your the instruments and stuff. Right? There's another one, another view you can get. Where is it? Hard to get to. Got to toggle it. I can't figure it out at the moment. Like this one, but you can kind of move it around. This one's fixed. Yeah, oops, sorry, you're not seeing that. You're still seeing the Pretzel app. So basically this is what you're getting. It's me flying. Like I said, I could show you the inside of the plane. I could jump over here and show you this. Jump back out here, show you that view, or show you that view, and with a little more engine noise. This is all you were getting. This is it. Hey, thanks for tuning into my live stream. Watch me just go in a straight line for the next 40 minutes. And although in my own, you know, in my own headphones or whatever, using my own local music, I could play music which you wouldn't be able to hear, which would entertain me. But again, it doesn't make things so entertaining for you, the dear viewer. So thankfully, again, Sound Trader has provided us Pretzel rocks, and now we can at least have something to listen to while we're flying around. Love it. All right, well, let's get back. What do we have? Some songs don't have the artist listed, like that last one, Twist, that we heard. The title was called Twist and had no artist information on it. It's too bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah, am I losing my mind? Yeah, am I chasing the wrong things and wasting my time? Am I a victim of crime? Is it yours or mine?
Top of the hour, you're watching Kinneas on YouTube TV.
If
powerful stuff there. Woo! Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be. You are watching Kinneas, the origin of Kinneas, Skydude, here on this wonderful Friday night. Art, you have no social life like myself. Thank you for stopping in, though. I mean, I can't thank you enough. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry, this is a joke. It didn't mean that to be insulting in any way, shape, or form. I can't thank you enough for taking any minute out of your day to check on how I'm doing. I really appreciate it. As we all do in these times, could use all the support we can get. I could use every like and every subscription I can get desperately. Right? All right. So, and again, as if you've been tuning in, you're tuning back into see how I'm doing, the first thing you're just like, oh my gosh, he's got music. He's been talking about getting music for a while now. How in the world is he doing this? Did YouTube finally end his will? Not at all. What I mean by that is I've been begging them and begging them and begging them for something that us live streamers, especially ones who do boring content like light simming, right? Not the most exciting stuff. Finally doing our DMA arc now into Colorado Springs. That's what I was pointing out while the song was playing. Came down to the ADA-NE waypoint, and now we're making our arc up to Mogul. Then we're going to turn, head to A1, rock, and then we come in for a landing on runway 17 left in Colorado Springs. Probably call that into air traffic control. We need Colorado Springs. Wow, it's further than that. Right here, City of Colorado Springs Municipal. All right, we want a full stop landing. And they'll probably give us 17 left. If they don't, we'll figure out what to do then. Good. All right. I expected 17 left, so I set up for this. And our altimeter is just fine. And Steve is responding on our behalf. It's our invisible co-pilot sitting here. Say hi to Steve. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, so we'll be back in Colorado Springs finally. Most of our day's activities took us all the way out to the border of Kansas. I mean, the very, 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 very border, if not into Kansas territory. So yeah, long trips, and we've got 3 pilots working tonight, doing overtime. They're happy to get the hours in, and we are now over $1 million. Still chump change in this world. Chump change. We're poor. We are super poor. We are the poorest of the poor still in this world. It's like, wow, finally reached $1 million. It means nothing. You can blow through that so fast. It's crazy. So let me get him going here. And it is time for it was at 20 minutes hour after, take 2, at 20 minutes after the hour. That's the smoke break. So we're kind of in between smoke break and bottom of the hour, which is cheers and remember the PSA to remember to stay hydrated. Did you know if you were thinking about taking up flying seriously, like in the real world, I think this is the reason why I'm not going to do it. I know, what a silly thing. Well, you don't know it. It's coffee. They would prefer that you don't drink coffee if you're going to become a pilot, because it is a diuretic, and if you don't have like like a Superman prostate from Krypton, and you start getting older, you even when you're younger, you understand urgency. For as much as these planes cost, for as much as these planes cost, you would think there would be, and there probably is, and if not, maybe I should go into business creating something like this. You know, an evacuation tube, at least for the number ones. Gonna have to be really creative to come up with something for the number twos. They have something on the air on an airplane called a Pt2 tube. See if I can see it here. You see that thing sticking out of the wing right there? This thing is ultra important. If this thing gets clogged, it can be really bad. Cold weather, yada, yada, yada. By the way, this is a really important piece of equipment on a plane right here. But when you hear the word Pt2, you know, they need to have something like that that goes through the floorboard around here with a little tube, you know. So I started seeing these strange commercials on TV with they're talking about these things called catheters. You know, I'm not a medical person, and I've never needed anything requiring something with a word like that, catheter. I found out what they were because the guy in the commercial is like, I'm a pilot. He's all happy. I'm a pilot. Thank God I discovered the catheter. Da 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 da. And I'm like, the hell's a catheter? If you don't know, I suppose you could just Google it and find out what a catheter is. But I gotta say, man, I would much rather use a bottle, a Grampers. You know, those adult diapers, or just create a real Pt2 tube. All right, getting ready to do a flight level change down to 8,700 feet and get ready to make an approach.
You're good for me, and I only wanna know that you're gone and go away. I only do things that are bad for me, and I only listen up when it's time to go home. 'Cause I reach out to the one I love. Love, love.
songs we used to love, and I sing them out to her every single day. 'Cause I've been dreaming of all these places we love, but they're so far away that I cannot see you. On the road in your life, don't need to stop, just passing by. Flashing signs and big bright lights, can't help but think it all was a lie. Truth was slanted, I took it for granted. I don't know what else to do. Give you one more try, but you passed it by. Now I'm leaving without you. Where did I go wrong? Wake up every morning with your voice in
All right, pause it right there. 43 minutes after the hour, Kinneas coming in for an ILS landing. Watching Kinneas on YouTube TV. That's what we would have called it in the past. All right, let me get full flaps going here. And we're too fast. Let's slow down. Oh, come on, come on. Now is not a good time to have your camera moving all over the place. Come on, go down. Trying to keep enough power in so we don't stall out. See how close she gets us to the. Now this is not a full auto landing at all. Ah, we're getting ready to stall. All right, let me turn off the autopilot. And nose down a little bit. A little bit more power. Power. Oh, easy.
Nice landing, pilot.
Oh, thank you.
Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
All right. So finally, a long day today. A lot of hours put in today, and we finally got over $1 million. But again, as I've been saying throughout this show, $1 million is chump change. We're poor. $1 million is nothing in this world of aviation and planes. And we can start really kind of, playing the game. I don't mean like the game. I mean like in the world of doing this stuff, trying to be a career Skydude person. I mean, basically we're like Amazon. I mean, that's basically what this career add-on is Amazon Airlines kind of thing. Let me hand over taxi to Steve, our invisible co-pilot, if he'll take us in. Come on, Steve, now's your debut. They're all watching. Come on, man. Wake up. All you gotta do is just take us in. It's not even a big job. Just get us to taxi, please. Do we have a taxi? Request taxi to parking. Let's see if this makes a move. So if you've just been tuning in and you're like, wow, he's finally got music. Yes, I do have music. All right, Steve's taking care of that. So yeah, we now have music powered by Pretzel, owned by Sound Trader. And that's great. So far, no problems whatsoever with YouTube, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. One flag did come up saying somebody's claiming some copyright to this, but it didn't give names, and it's like, this is not a copyright strike. That is correct. It is not. And, hopefully that was just Pretzel claiming that, yes, indeed, they are the ones who are licensing the music to Kinneas, the Skydude, so he can broadcast on YouTube TV. And I suppose we'll keep going for a little bit more. I'm not entirely wiped out yet. I've got to get my guys going again. This is what the interface looks like. And I've got 3 pilots here. The first one, goofy looking one, is me. Not really me, just picture I picked. And but I have hired these 3 guys and have them working. I think that I haven't tried airline mode yet. So at the moment, without having tried creating an airline first down here, just starting there, I figured you'd have to work your way up, hire people, start making money, and then work your way up into owning an airline. That's still my goal. So I don't know. I haven't tried it, a new career, just by jumping into the airline mode. But that's probably where the big bucks are at. They say the big bucks in this are in the trading. Once you get cargo carrying aircraft, that you can pull in something like 2 million a day. That's good. Okay. So getting these guys back to work. Berlin here. Gotta just give them a little bit more fuel. These are small planes, so gotta keep the fuel low so that they can even get cargo carrying jobs. And then I have to make sure that the jobs that I picked for them really are, 30 miles and under. Like this right here, 30, 31. Sometimes I can stretch it out if it's really good. Like there's not a big difference between, well, if there's a mile here, then that's the better one. But if anything under 31 pays better, that's close at 28. 3.3. So for a couple more miles, I don't know, but I don't like pushing it. I don't really like getting up into the 30s and 40 miles distance for these guys. We'll just go with this one up here, this 3027. You select it, then you have to hit this icon up here next to their face to make them go. Okay, so he's going. We can jump back down here and see the icons when they're doing it. These are all real-time icons to let you know what they're doing. The Ghost Rider, there's no icons in front of his plane, meaning he's just sitting there. We'll click him, go to the hangar, check his fuel, get him a tiny bit more. Search job, find something under 30. Come on. There we go. 27 for 19, 29, 29, 29, 28, 33. So 34, we'll just go for that one for 33. Oh, he can't. It's too much weight or something. So let's go back to the 29s in the 28. Can't carry it. Did I already pick one? Did I already have a job? Must have clicked something accidentally. Or
Okay, pilot. The guests are leaving the aircraft now.
uh-oh, we timed out. I forgot to turn off my engine once we landed and taxied. One of the two. Oh, now the job's different. Yeah, that's it. And is Maverick ready? Maverick is now ready. He still has...
Okay, pilot. That's all the passengers off the plane. Thank you. Over and out.
Oh, cool. So he still has 29 pounds of fuel, so I'm not going to sweat it if we can get him
Let's get out of here.
something real close. 24, that's good paying for 24 miles. So send him on his way. Okay. So to make sure they're all working, go back to the pilot page and check out the icons. Flight status, starting engine, flight status, loading and embarking, and loading and embarking for Maverick. Ghost Rider was out sick today. We didn't, we had to hire another pilot. We had to hire Goose today. I'm sure you've noticed these are all Well, with the exception of Berlin, all these other guys have names from Top Gun. So Ghost Rider was out sick today, and he would not recover. He stayed at 7%, and after hours, he just wouldn't rest, or something was wrong. He had a flu or whatever. So I had to just pull him out of his plane and hire Goose today and have him run Ghost Rider's plane this afternoon to help out, and that was cool. So yeah, they're going, and what I meant is we stalled out over here. When this happens, it can desync. If you hit continue or restart, it can desync. It's already desynced with the NEOFLY app. So the best thing you can do is go back to the main menu and then spawn in and then pick a job. So if I had already picked a job before it did this, sometimes you'll pick a job if you're sitting there checking the news or something, and before you get going, you click something and this pops up. You're out of sync. Your mission won't bug. She won't talk to you anymore. You've got to go back to the main menu, spawn back in, kill the job, get another job, and pick it up there. No crying, just something you got to do. So back to the main menu we go, and then we'll spawn back to KCOS. And luckily we hadn't picked a job yet. We're currently listening to the alternative station in the Pretzel app. And we got this one here. I should probably do that on a Sunday morning, like calming cinematics. Dun, 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 dun. I only heard a couple of tracks off the disco. Oh, that's electro swing. Yeah, what the heck? Let's try some electro swing and see what we get. Where are we at? Yeah, nearing the top of the hour, 56 minutes after. We need to spawn into Colorado Springs. And Steve taxied us over here somewhere. For quicker getting out of here. I'm gonna put us here. Make sure your dot turns green or you're going to spawn in the air. Oh crap, you were still seeing the pretzel app. All right, well, I'm spawning into Colorado Springs. Sorry about that. Electro swing, huh? All right, well, let's find out what this is all about. I'm going to get us a job and take off somewhere. I will see you in a few minutes.
Transporter from dispatch. It is passenger mission waiting for you. The boarding will start as soon as you are at the boarding parking. The passengers are ready to board. I hope you have plenty of room. It looks like they have gone crazy at the duty-free shop. Transporter from dispatch. All passengers on board. You can ask for the clearance to take off.
So Steve is refusing to wake up and taxi us out to 17 left. I'm not sure why, but occasionally, hold on a moment here. Is everything lagging right now? Wow. I think it is. Everything is lagging. Yeah, all my buttons are lagging. Steve's lagging. I'm not sure what's going on. So why he does it, I don't know. He's too afraid. Last time he crashed the plane on a taxi, something like that. Being timid, I'm not sure why, but okay. You know what I forgot to do is input. Now we have input. The computer knows where we're going. All right. Well, Steve's awake and doing the radios. He's calling it in, so that's good.
Kinneas 21 altimeter 29.9 2 wind calm south departure approved. Cleared for takeoff.
And I will get us out here. We're not taking off from 17, we're cheating. And we're going to take off from 35, right? This one can be kind of treacherous, taking out from Colorado Springs, 35 right. They do have some bumps in the road. I haven't found like a sweet spot. Avoid all the bumps in the road. Try this. Yeah, that one. Going down that side. That's kind of like the best luck traveling along this edge. Oh man, like I got a frog in my throat or something. Almost there, Marty. Almost. There we go, Marty.
Have a great flight. It's a beautiful time to fly.
The most wonderful time of the year for flying. I'm kind of cheating in another way too, and I really shouldn't. To really get more, as much. I've got hundreds of hours flying at night, but it doesn't make for a good live stream. I mean, this is boring enough, but not being able to say anything. But this is what it really looks like outside. Come on. And go in the right direction. First, we'll turn on the live weather so you can have a look, see what the weather's like. Here come the clouds. Not too bad. We've been heavily overcast, so that's looking shaping up to be a nice day. That can all change at any second. And the actual time is that. Yeah. So yeah, not a whole lot to see, unless you really are into staring. You're tuning in just so you can stare at these screens. The G1000 class cockpit suite for the Cessna Skyhawk 172. Activate that again and hit our navigation button. And we should get up a little bit higher, but should be good all the way to Pueblo.
Kinneas 2-1, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
But yeah, not a lot to see inside of the plane or outside of the plane.
Kinneas 2-1 frequency change. Colorado Springs approach Kinneas 2-1 is type Cessna Skyhawk 5 miles east of Colorado Springs, 7,400 feet.
So,
Transition Charlie airspace.
I'm kind of leaving it either
Kinneas 2-1 Colorado Springs approach. Squawk 5662.
what it's defaulting to, or
Squawk 5662 Kinneas.
you can always make it more interesting.
Kinneas 2-1 radar contact 5 miles east of Colorado Springs, 7,700 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Kinneas 2-1.
Now it's not letting me turn off real time. Grab this bar and change that. And we can change it to I don't know, anything more interesting. Snow's dangerous. Snow is very dangerous. Especially in Colorado, it can get so cold the dang engine will freeze. These engines don't have, and the wings don't have any de-icing. Kind of pretty. Go with that. Very pretty. Good colors.
truth. I need something to hold on to. Show me what to do. Lost in my head again. It's never enough. Show me what to do. Lost in my thoughts again. Till I've had too much. It's always too much. Here I go once more through these trials I've done before. Give me a reason, give me some truth. I need something to hold on to. Show me what to do. Lost in my head again. It's never enough. Show me what to do. Lost in my thoughts again. Till I've had too much. It's always too much. I heard he's no good for you. I heard he's the devil's work. I'm praying deep down for you, praying that you don't get hurt. Do you know he's no good for you? Do you know he's no good for you? Hot shot, you know what you've got deep down in your soul. It's not because you ain't got all the gold that makes you whole.
Pueblo Tower, Kinneas 2-1 is 12 miles north, 8,200 feet with Quebec to land.
Slip into something special. See how good it feels to be taken care of. You're so special. You'll see eventually. Do you know he's no good for you? Hot shot, you know what you've got deep down in your soul.
Pause right there. You're watching Kinneas, Skydude on YouTube TV. Finishing up some overtime here. Yeah, I think once we land here, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us for this overtime session tonight. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a hoot. So we are on an approach. We're currently doing what's called a DME arc to this Heller waypoint. Then we're going to make a turn to Jitka, and we're going to engage the approach button. If we get the glide slope, yada yada yada, show you all that. And if we do, then it will automatically, it'll shake hands with the ground computer. This is the best way I can explain it. Make a little mental picture. We're gonna have our computer shake hands with the ground computer, and because we have, you know, this is actually meant for crappy weather like this, it's gonna shake hands and it's gonna take us down to the runway. All we have to do is manage our power. So let's say it's even worse than this, conditions are worse than this, that's absolutely what this ILS system is for. You know, helping you get to a runway when you may not be able to see it. There's a certain point though, if you get to the runway and you know you still can't see it because the visibility is so bad that you're 300 feet away and you still can't see the lights, dangerous situation. You usually have to go around, try again. I wonder what you do at that point. You know, if you're running low and you just can't see the runway, you just are in a holding pattern. At some point you just got to say, well, I know it's there, so gosh darn it, we're just gonna have to land. Whether we can see it, we know it's 300 feet in front of us and we just got to keep coming down. So yeah, we are still in the middle of the arc there. I'll go ahead and play the next track. Yeah, starting on. Yeah, this is an actual yawn of being tired. Normally through the day, it's just my sleep patterns are so messed up that I'm yawning just all the time. We're at the proper height. A diamond will appear, and I'll stop pointing out when the diamond appears. And when the diamond falls to this yellow line, when the ball drops to that yellow line, the diamond, that's when you engage your approach. And you'll see me do all of that here in just a moment. So continue watching True Believers, and after that I'm going to call it a night. Me and the guys are getting tired. They've been putting in a lot. We made like 72,000 tonight, somewhere in there. Either way, we're now over 1 million for sure. All right, almost at the approach point. Can't see the runway. I mean, we can tell it's there because of these boxes. In the real world, no. This is why this ILS system is so important.
You
All right, we're here. Ooh. Yeah, ILS landings, love them. Love them, love them, love them. I remember a point where I'm like, I'm too stupid to learn any of this stuff. I can't get it. I can't figure it out. All this
when I met you. I should have known you had a secret little double life. I should have known you were the devil flying undercover. I should have known you'd fit the part. I should have known you were a star.
So when I was first learning all this flying stuff, I wanted to quit so many times. So many times. And so radio navigation, everything was hard for me. Nothing came easy for me when it came to learning about any of this stuff. And I really wanted to learn how to do an ILS landing, and I just couldn't figure it out. Just not enough information at the time. So YouTube comes along, and I'm like, somebody on YouTube must be able to show me a proper way to do an ILS landing. And sure enough, there was. It wasn't, I was looking for somebody to show me how to do it in a small plane like this. But what I got was a 10-year-old kid or an adult with a voice who sounds like a 10-year-old kid. And this 10-year-old kid is already flying an airliner. Can't remember which airliner it was. This 10-year-old kid's flying an airliner and demonstrating how to do an ILS landing. And I just felt so stupid. Because I just didn't have the information, you know? But I remember thinking at that point, look, man, if a 10-year-old can do this, you can do this. You just got to get into the right mindset, and you got to want it. It's like anything else. When you want to learn something, you can learn it. If you're reluctant to learn something, it just comes so hard. But in life, the same way. I mean, people are like, how did he become an expert at that? Well, he just wanted to do it. So many people that have achieved greatness, it's just a desire to do something. Did he have any training? No, he just went out and learned it. He just went out and did it. Or, you know, in case where you do need training, he just did it. So that's the mindset. If you can get over the mindset and you want it, and now is the greatest time ever, because everything is available. Everything you would want to learn, everything that you would want to learn about how to fly in the real world and come into the simulator and test it and learn it and drill it. The more you put into the simulator from the real world, the more you will get out of it. It can do it. All right. With the exception of, and I think they're working, and I do think they're working on, like, walking around your plane for doing visual inspections, checking the gasoline for water, and, you know, things that normally are not part of a simulator. But I'll bet somebody's working on it. Plus, they have study level planes out there, which are super accurate, right? But everything that you would want to learn is out there, and you can come in here and put it to the test. And I'll bet you it's here. This is one of the greatest simulators ever created for mortal people. And it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. And YouTube, everything is free. If you don't want to pay for lessons, you can learn, everything. You can become a professional pilot in the simulator without a doubt. You can learn everything required to get any license, take any test. That's a good way to do it. Is first of all, just start watching every YouTube video you can on the subject of it or topics that interest you. Build playlists and just run them over and over again until it sinks in. But definitely take time to look at the videos where people are talking about what does an average private pilot license test look like? What do the pilot licensing tests look like? What's expected of you? What do you need to completely show mastery of before you can get your license? And you can order like the tool that you need, like the E6B, I think it's called, little handheld flying computer. You can get one of those and learn things that you need. But now they have apps for everything. And I guess they want you to show that you can demonstrate old world stuff, like using your little slide rule calculator thing and do things that way. But also, if that you can demonstrate how to use all these fantastic apps that they have now to tie into your airplanes, calculate wind, weather, pull up all your charts. We live in a Star Trek time right now. And so I think you'll be surprised if you go and look at what's required in the tests and then watch videos on doing all that stuff, come into the simulator and apply it all. There's a channel that I follow called AOPA. They're an airplane organization. And they put out videos and they talk about different news subjects in the world of aviation. And one of the things that has just been sticking with me a lot lately is that they're saying most crashes are caused because pilots don't spend enough time in the simulator. From the moment you go out in the real world and start testing, it's always got to be under usually the best conditions. The simulator affords you the luxury of trying out and flying real world weather and setting up bad weather conditions and flying everything. My first year, when winter comes around, I made sure that I flew in the crappiest weather possible here in Colorado. The colder, snowier, rainier, whatever, the better. And whether I died or not, I wanted to find out what it was like flying and trying to survive in horrible, horrible conditions. And I still do. That's how I learned how this plane, the engine will freeze. I had to figure out a way to dive bomb the plane to superheat the engine to get it to unfreeze. And then there was still ice building up all over the frame. This thing doesn't have an heating system in the wings, a de-icing system. And again, it's really prone to cold, and the engine will just seize on you if you're running it too cool. Even when you're running it hot, you're running it at best peak efficiency burn, it can still get so cold that your engine freezes. So yeah, and the only way I could discover how to not die at that point was to try to get down as fast as possible and put the plane into a nosedive, provided you had enough altitude. And by super revving your engine above the red line, it would unfreeze and allow me a few minutes to figure out how to get down to land. If I wasted any more time than that, it would freeze up on me. I can't wait for this winter to roll around again, and I'll start showing you stuff like that. I don't believe I have a lot of videos or any videos that are like, check this out. Let me show you how to deal with engine freeze in the Cessna. So something I want to make. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in tonight. I am done with overtime. Me and the fellas are tired. We made we're up to 1,079,939. Again, in this world of aviation stuff, kind of chump change, but we're getting there. All right, tomorrow's a Dungeons and Dragons day, and so I will be out all day tomorrow, and I will try to be back on Sunday. But yard work, yada yada, you know, Sunday is domestic stuff as well. But I might be able to get a few hours in on Sunday. If not, same bird time, same bird channel, starting Monday again. And in the real world, I do transporting like I'm doing in here. Not flying, driving. And usually, if there's something going on, it's going to be early in the morning. And usually no later than 2 in the afternoon. So I'll Monday through Friday next week, at least by 2. If there's nothing going on, I try to be on around 10 a.m. So I will see you soon, my friends. Thank you for taking any time to check up on me and tune in for a minute. I could really use some like and subscribes. That's for sure. Have a good night. Sleep well, sweet dreams, yada, 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 yada.